Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss the second part of the more on keyboard topic, that is the chapter 2. In the last class we have discussed about 3 different keys on the keyboard which are available, and today we are again going to discuss 3 new more keys which are available on the keyboard. If we recall what we have done in the last class, as a recalling part, if you remember, say we have discussed 3 different types of keys. That is, we actually said that there are total 7 types of keys on the keyboard. So out of that 7, it is not possible to discuss all the 7 keys in the same day. So that's why we are going to discuss it on part by part. In the last class we have discussed 3 keys, and those 3 keys were alphanumeric keys, then punctuation keys and navigation keys. And on these keys, on the basis of this, what we have learned in the last class, we have given some homework also to solve. Fine. And I'm happy to see that many, almost all of you have submitted the homework on time, and I'm happy for that, and keep the good things going on. Now, student, today we are going to discuss the next 3 keys. That is, the first one will be the number 4. That is number 4, but for today's discussion it is the first key, that is function key. Then after that we will get the number 5, that is the modifier key. Fine. And then after that number 6, it will be special keys. So we will discuss one by one. Fine. And students, one request, during the explanation part, no need to write anything, because whatever you have to write, I will send a picture or image of the classwork that you need to note down. So at this moment, if you are watching the video, please watch the video carefully so that you can understand, because understanding is more important than writing. Writing you can write from the textbook also, but if you do not understand this, then it will be difficult for you to see the things in future. Fine. So let us go ahead with the first, the number 4 key, that is the function key. Now student, function key. What are function key? If you say, then I think everybody has seen on the keyboard that there are some F written like this, F1, F2, F3 till F12. It is like that. It is total 12 F are written like this in a serial order, and you can see on the top of the keyboard like this. Fine. Now these keys are actually called the function keys. Since the name says only function F, so these are also written F. So it's a, you can say, shortcut to remember also. What are function keys which are written F? Those are the function keys. Now what are the uses of function keys? Students, uses, if I have to say, there are so many uses of this function key, but you no need to go into the detail of these uses at this moment, because you are as of now in class 3. So these uses you will get in the higher classes. As of now, you need to only identify that which are called the function keys. Fine. So these are called the function keys. For an example, for a short example, I will tell you that there is a key that is F5. Like this, F1, F2, F3, there will be F5 also. What is the function of F5, students? That will be, you can do the page refresh. That means there is an option of refresh by mouse also. You can right click the, then you can click the right side of the mouse, then after that there will be a page will be open, small window, there a refresh button will be there, and then you will click it, then the page will be refreshed. So it's a long cut, it's a long process, but for a short process, or you can say shortcut way, F5 is the button through which you can refresh the whole page. Fine. So student, like this F1, F2, F3, all these keys are having some particular uses. And all these uses you will be able to know in the upcoming classes or in the higher classes. Fine. So we will not go into detail of this. Just you need to remember which are called function keys. These F1, F2, F3 till F12. These are known as the function key. Fine. Okay. Now next we will go ahead with the next, that is number 5. And the number 5 is modifier. Now students, modifier means what? The word is modify. That means whatever it is, you can do something else from that. That is called modifier. So what we can say, there are 3 basic keys for modifier key, and these 3 keys, if you see CTRL, that is a short form of control. it is written on the keyboard as CTRL. Then you will get shift and you will get one more key, that is alt, ALT, that is called alt. Now students, these three keys are known as modifier key. Now why they are called modifier key, there is a reason. These keys cannot be used alone. They cannot be used alone. They have to be used with some letter or some number. Then only there will be a special purpose will be fulfilled. Fine. I will give an example. Say control, that is CTRL. If I press CTRL plus S, that means control as well as I have pressed S button, S letter on the keyboard, it will work or it will function as save. That means control S means it will give you the function of saving, save. Similarly, if I write control plus C means you have pressed the control button as well as the C button also, capital C. So that control C will give you the option or the function of copying of something. Fine. Similarly, CTRL plus if I say V, control V. If you press together these two buttons, then it will give you the option of paste. That means you are copying something and you are pasting something. So the shortcut key is control C, copying is done, and you want to paste it somewhere. So you press control V on that page, then that thing will be pasted there only. Fine. So you can see this control is one of the modifier key which will help you to do some other functions. S, C, V, these are normal capital letters or letters, you can say letter key, you can say alphanumeric. But if you press control and then you press S or C or V, you see here the functions are now changed. They are doing some other work also at this moment. Fine. So that's why control is called a modifier key. Fine. Now the next one. So there are so many uses. I will give you the note of this. You can note it down after the video. So you will be able to see the image and you can copy it down from the picture. Now after control, students, there is next one, that is shift. Now students, what is the how shift will work? Shift will work like shift has a work like, say suppose we have a, say the letter, whenever we are typing any letter, fine, that means the letter can be written as capital letter also or small letter also. If I am typing shift, say shift and I am typing A, that means the letter A, it will directly give you capital letter only. Shift B, if I type shift and B, then it will give you the capital letter B, uppercase. Fine. That means when caps lock is off, suppose you are typing something, caps lock means capital letter is off, all the typing part is done by the small letters. Suddenly, suppose you need a capital letter. Fine. After full stop, how we start a sentence? By a capital letter. Fine. By uppercase. So suppose if you need an uppercase and you don't need to go for any other key or any other key you don't want to press, what you have to do, simply you have to press the shift button and the letter. That is, so suppose the first letter of the word of the sentence is, say suppose A, and you need that in capital, but all the setting is done as small. So if you press shift A, that particular word will be typed as capital A only, uppercase. Fine. So that is one work of shift. And one more thing, there are some keys where you can see two symbols are together. So if you press shift and that particular button where there are two symbols are together, so the upper symbol will be typed. That means when you press shift and that special key where the two symbols are written, or suppose a letter is there or number is there, but above there is a symbol. If you press shift and that button, the symbol of the upper part will be typed there. That means shift will work as say a special key, that means a modifier key that will give you an option of typing the upper one. That means whatever the symbol is given on the top part, that symbol will be typed if you press shift and that button. Fine. So student, that is the purpose of shift. Okay, so we have discussed about the modifier key, this one. Now Alt, there is an option, students, that how to use Alt. But the thing is, Alt you no need to learn at this moment. You need to just remember that Alt is also a modifier. Fine. So at this moment, you no need to go for the use of Alt, because Alt is also having some uses. But at this moment, you will not be needing that kind of uses in class 3. So in the higher classes, you will be knowing that what is the use of Alt. Fine. Now the last type of the key, that is the number 6, that is special keys. You can say special keys. Now special key, students, if you say special key, the first key, the special key is tab. Now what is the use of tab? Tab is to just to move the cursor. Move the cursor according to the, say, in between the letters or words. If you want to move the cursor particularly in between some words, so that will be done by the tab. Fine. So tab is an option to move the cursor actually. So you can say without taking the mouse every time or using the mouse every time, you can use the tab button also to move the cursor. So that is one use of tab. The next one is the ESC. ESCE. Now ESC means actually it's a short form of escape. So that is ESC. Now ESC will do what? It will, so tab will work as a move. Fine. ESC key will move, work as to stop. Stop means to cancel something or to stop any command. So that will be done by the ESC key. So there is an ESC, it is written already in the same way, ESC. So if you press that one, whatever the command is given, that will be stopped immediately. So that is the ESC button used. Then after that there is the space bar. Space bar. Now students, it is the longest key. If you see the keyboard properly, you will be able to see that the below at the bottom of the keyboard, you will see a very long key is there, and that is the space bar key. It is the longest one. If you see like this, fine. And the space bar key use is to put space in between words. Fine. So that is the use of space bar key. Then the next one is to backspace. Now backspace. Now you can say, students, backspace and delete. There are two keys actually. So I will discuss this together. One is backspace and one is delete. So what is the use of these two? Basically, if you see, both will work as same only to remove something, but there is a difference. Backspace, when you type something, suppose you have typed a sentence, but somewhere you went wrong. What you need to do, if you want to remove the whole sentence, then you can do one thing. You can just press the backspace continuously. Then the whole cursor will move towards left. That means the cursor will move towards left, but it will remove all the letters towards left. Fine. That is the use of backspace. What is the use of delete? It will also remove the word or the letters, but it will move towards right side of the cursor. That means it will move towards the right side of the cursor. So backspace will also remove the letter or word, but it will move towards left. But delete will also delete the things or remove the things or the words or letters, but it will move towards the right. So that is the use of backspace and delete. Functions are same, directions are different. Fine. So that is delete. And there are last two, that is insert and print screen. Insert. Now the word says insert means what? If you say insert means to insert something. Say to insert any say letter, or say suppose image. To enter any, insert anything. Suppose you are writing something, you need to enter something in between. So that you can do, or an image especially, if you want to enter somewhere, input. So that we can do by the key that is insert. Fine. Because the name says only insert means the meaning of the word is same only, to put something in between or insert something. Fine. Then the next one is this PRTSCR. Now PRTSCR, students, you just don't remember the full form. PRT means it is print, SCR means it is screen. So the full form of PRTSCR is print screen. Now students, what is the use of print screen? Suppose you are typing something and you are doing something, but there is a problem and you need to show the same picture of that screen to somebody. How you will do? You do not have a mobile also at this moment. How you will save it? To show that particular screen that this is the problem that I am not able to solve. Suppose I am giving an example of suppose Mindspark only. Suppose Mindspark, some of you are doing in computer, and there is a question which you didn't, you are not able to solve, and that question you want to show to somebody else. So how you will do it? You do not have a mobile now as of now with you to click a picture of that. So what you will do? You will press this button PRTSCR on the keyboard. What will do? Whatever question is displayed on the monitor, that will be, it will take a picture of that. Same picture as it is, how it is there, it will take a picture of that and it will be saved in the, you can paste it somewhere in a Microsoft Word or Excel or somewhere, you can paste it so that you can show it to somebody that this is the problem that I am facing, this problem I am not able to solve of Mindspark. So that is a use of print screen. I am just giving an example of Mindspark, but that is the use of print screen actually, to print or to capture an image of the whole entire screen. That is the use of print screen. Fine. So students, this is the last, you can say, key that we have discussed about, the special key. Now in the next class student, only one key is left, that is the toggle key. That is the number 7.1. Toggle key is left, and after toggle key, the topic of the more on keyboard will be over. After that, there is exercises given. So those exercises we will discuss after that particular toggle key discussion. So that means we can say on the next Tuesday we will do this. We will discuss the toggle key first, and then we will go ahead with the exercise practice of solving the exercise question. Fine student? So today we have discussed about mainly three things. That is the first one, that from number 4 we have discussed, that is function key we have discussed. Fine, F1 to F12. Then we have discussed about the modifier key, that is Alt, Control and Shift. And after that, number 6, that is the special key that we have discussed. And special key, we have so many special keys like tab, insert, then print screen. So all these keys we have discussed. Fine. So students, please go through this topic in the textbook also, because these all things are explained on the textbook. And after this video, you will get a picture or images of the classwork. So what you need to type, what you need to write down in your copy. And there will be a small homework also after that video. So that homework, you will know, I will write down the date and time when to submit. And student, please study properly, and whatever things I have discussed, please go through it through the textbook also, because it is properly explained in the textbook given. Fine, I am also saying it, but whatever I have said, it is already given in the textbook also. So if you do not understand something, whatever I have said, you can go or refer to the textbook. Fine, all the examples will be given. So let us meet on the next Tuesday, and we will discuss, we will wind up this particular class, you can say, and by discussing the exercise, the toggle key and the exercise solving. Fine, thank you.